Fossil fuels are natural fuels such as coal or gas, formed in the geological past from the remains of living organisms. Although the fossil fuel coal had been used as a fuel since 1000 BC, it wasn't until the arrival of the Industrial Revolution from the 1740s through to the 1800s that coal began to replace biomass as a primary source of energy. Fossil fuel is a general term for buried combustible geological deposits of organic materials formed from decaying plants and animals that have been converted to crude oil, coal, natural gas, or heavy oils by exposure to heat and pressure in the Earth's crust for over hundreds of millions of years. The United States gets 81% of its total energy from fossil fuels. This is horrible because it causes for unnecessary carbon emissions into our atmosphere, which is not doing our world any favors. To reduce the amount of fossil fuels used, we could use alternative sources of energy such as wind or solar power. This also helps reduce the amount of carbon emissions put into our atmosphere and will help preserve our Earth for years. Fossil fuels are currently the most economically available source of power. Petroleum powers our cars and plastic industry, while natural gas and coal are predominantly used for heating our homes. In 2005, more than 75% of global energy consumed was through the use of fossil fuels, with petroleum leading the way with 43.4%. The problem with fossil fuels are that when they are burned, they produce carbon dioxide emissions contributing to the greenhouse effect and other air pollutants released affecting human health and the environment. There's also the issue that fossil fuels are a finite resource that we will soon run out of. With human populations increasing along with the consumption of energy, these problems are compounding at an alarming rate. Fossil fuels, such as oil, have had tremendous impacts on our environment, including the major BP oil spill that occurred April 20th, 2010. More than 200 million gallons of crude oil was pumped into the Gulf of Mexico for a total of 87 days, making it the biggest oil spill in U.S. history. Dead turtles, marine mammals, birds, and fish are all still washing up on beaches because of this disastrous spill. Dolphins are miscarrying and pelicans are attempting to nest on beaches polluted with tar balls and subsurface oils. The impact of previous oil disasters show that wildlife in the Gulf of Mexico will continue to be affected by this spill for decades. Now, these impacts are horrible, but that does not mean that we cannot do anything about it. We can help clean up areas such as the Gulf of Mexico after one of these disasters, or for even a simpler, smaller solution, we can use more environmentally friendly ways of transportation, like biking or walking to work for a few days. We can also protest for alternative fuels and also buy electric or alternatively fueled cars to reduce our carbon footprint and the use of fossil fuels from our vehicles. We cannot always stop the use of these fuels, but we can impact the amounts sold and do our own parts to help reduce the use of these disastrous fuels. Everyone has a part in helping sustain our Earth, so what will you do? How did you like the video?
I thought it was very informative and made me very aware of what fossil fuels do to our environment, and it made me really think about the way that I spend my day and what I use fossil fuels for throughout my day.
What are you gonna change after watching this video?
Well, I'm thinking when I come to school, instead of driving my car or taking the bus, I'm thinking of probably biking or maybe even walking to school.
Alright, thank you.